promise delivered. Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 gets extension of mandate directed to halt spike of disease. As more countries impose travel ban on Britain, United States Congress approves multi-billion-dollar COVID-19 stimulus package for individuals and businesses. Details of the news. In furtherance of the Buhari administration's gas utilization agenda aimed at ensuring effective use and monetization of the nation's gas resources, an integrated gas handling facility as well as liquefied petroleum gas storage and dispensing plants have been inaugurated. The waste-to-wealth facility situated at Oredo, Edo State is among other support efforts at eliminating gas flaring and processing of over 200 million standard cubic feet of lean gas to the domestic market per day. President Muhammadu Buhari, who performed the ceremony virtually, described the epoch-making event as promise delivered. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
At the turn of the year 2020, this administration made solemn declarations to the Nigerian public.
The promise was to expand the gas sector footprints by scaling up the development and utilization of Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources. This is to, amongst others, help to spur industrialization, provide clean and efficient energy for transportation and household use, as well as increase the nation's exports into the international market. And on this backdrop, 2020 was embodied Nigeria's year of gas.
Since then, we have followed through with actions that have translated those plans into tangible projects with monumental value additions to the Nigerian economy. I commend the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation for completing this project that is surely supportive of this administration's drive to bring prosperity and comfort to the Nigerian people. The integrated gas handling facility project will also support the ongoing drive towards providing alternative auto fuel under the Natural Gas Expansion Program initiative.
Apart from being the largest onshore liquefied petroleum gas plant in Nigeria, with the potential of supplying about 20% of Nigeria's liquefied petroleum gas demand, the Oredo Integrated Gas Handling Facility will be delivering 240,000 metric tons of commercial-grade liquefied petroleum gas and propane.
In addition to its import institution benefits, that brings us a step closer to self-sufficiency in liquefied petroleum gas production and also supporting the growth of small and medium enterprises in the host communities. This project will create hundreds of direct and indirect employment opportunities for our teeming youth, both skilled and unskilled.
President Buhari also takes pride in the accomplishments of key gas infrastructure projects like the Obiafu, Obricon Urban, OB3, and Escravos Lagos Pipeline System 2, as well as the flag-off of the construction of the 614-kilometer Ajakuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline project. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
As we go to politics, Nigeria has promised to give robust support to the Republic of Niger as the neighboring country prepares for presidential and National Assembly elections later this month. President Muhammadu Buhari gave Mayor the promise while receiving in audience former Vice President Namadi Sambo, who heads ECOWAS election mission to the West African nation. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details of this report, and it will be coming to you in our subsequent bulletins. The federal government is putting in place measures to sustain the peak power generation achieved in the electricity industry in 2020 for the socio-economic well-being of Nigerians. Minister of Power Saleh Maman gave the assurance in Osogbo during an assessment tour of the National Control Center. Correspondent Tope Alabi reports.
National Control Center here in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, is the operational nucleus of the Nigerian electric power grid. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Saleh Maman, believes harnessing collective commitment can herald a reliable and adequate electricity supply system for the much-needed nation's economic transformation.
The major problem they have here is the SCADA EMS that is not fully inactive. Because most of our source stations, 330, 132, are not SCADAs, they are not well connected. So by the time they are all connected, we may have less problem of understanding what is happening in the distribution company or what is happening in our generation stations.
The country has attained a power peak generation of 5,520.40 megawatts since October 2020, with a maximum daily energy generation of 115,067.78 megawatts since December 2020. In Osogbo, Tope Alabi, NTA News.
The Akwa Ibom State Governor, Udom Emmanuel, has applauded the federal government for approving the Ibom Deep Sea Port, saying the project will further boost the socio-economic development of the South and Southeast region of the country when completed. Governor Udom, who stated this in a chat with journalists in Oyo, sued for the sustained partnership with the media for the industrialization efforts of his administration. Kevin Samuel reports.
The design and location of a Ibom Deep Sea Port, which has since been made public, is to include an industrial estate to be undertaken by the state government in collaboration with private investors. The governor explained that the economic enhancing project, which will touch about 6 local government areas of the state, will not only provide employment opportunities, but also enhance revenue generation for both state and federal government. While suing for peace and unity in the state, the governor reassured that all ongoing projects will be completed with specifications and standards for durability. He advised the people to take the issue of coronavirus seriously by observing all guidelines and protocols in the second wave of the pandemic.
We will get there. It's small by small. As we are starting, let's start together. Let nothing divide us. As I know was praying, let nothing we can move better.
The interactive section attracted questions and observations by journalists. The governor hosted journalists to brief them on the recent development in the state. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
The Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has commended the level of infrastructural renaissance and facility upgrade in the Maritime Academy of Nigeria. The minister gave the commendation during the 2020 cadet graduation of the academy. Susan Asoko reports.
The sector in Nigeria has the potentials of generating great revenue, thereby boosting the nation's economy. It is on this premise that the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, located in Oran, was established in 1979. At the 2020 cadet graduation ceremony of the Academy, Chairman Governing Council of Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Chief Demola Seriki, remarked that as at today, the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, located in Oran, ranks as one of the finest and the best institution in the world.
Indeed, the visionary leadership of the present administration has changed the narratives of the Academy.
Chairman, Senate Committee on Marine Transport, represented by Senator Akone Yanyi, and representative of the Minister of Transportation, Richard Egbe, noted that maritime education and transportation remain critical to the economic development of the nation, as over 90% of the nation's economy is seaborne.
I'm proud to know that about 90% of the movers and shakers of the Nigerian maritime industry are products of this revered institution.
To commend the Governing Council, Director and Management of the Academy
for the remarkable transformation that has taken place in this institution.
The rector, Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron Commodore Duja Efedwa, retired, appreciated the support from stakeholders in the sector and the host community, which has engendered the total transformation seen in the academy.
The simulators will help our world class. We have the full mission MJGO simulator, have the full mission bridge simulator, and the latest of them all, which is the multifunctional classroom.
The graduation ceremony had 253 cadets of diploma and higher national diploma drawn from School of Nautical Sciences, School of Marine Transportation, and School of Engineering. From the Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, Susan Asukwo, NTA News.
Now, towards alleviating the sufferings of internally displaced persons in the country, the federal government, through the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, has flagged off the construction of 600 housing units, each in Katsina, Zamfara, Yobe and Edo states. Similarly, the Commission, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria, has commenced the registration for implementation of Project Reliance Program for the IDPs in Katsina State. Shehu Adamu reports.
At a foundation-laying ceremony for the construction of 600 housing units for the internally displaced persons in Bazare local government area of Katsina State, a federal commissioner at National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Senator Bashir Garba Muhammad, said, for now the commission is commencing with the construction of 100 houses.
On behalf of all displaced persons in Nigeria, I want to say a big thank you to President Muhammadu Buhari for his commitment towards alleviating the suffering of our persons of concern.
He said the housing units under the Resettlement City Reintegration and Rehabilitation Program of the Commission consist of 2-bedroom flat with a courtyard enough for the beneficiaries to construct additional rooms. While commending the support and cooperation of the federal and Katsina State government to the Commission, Senator Bashir Garba Muhammad said the houses will be ready in the next 1 year. Meanwhile, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has commenced the verification of 20,000 IDPs in Katsina for the implementation of Project Reliance to restore their means of livelihoods lost to banditry and flood. In Katsina, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
This is news on NTA International. We'll take a break now and return in a moment.
The counsel of our fathers.
Action of the protests by criminals have resulted into violence, destruction of government and private properties, criminal release of prisoners, and the lynching and burning of policemen and some innocent persons. These developments is causing serious concern to all of us, and if care is not taken, it might lead the country to a point of no return.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
Thanks for staying with us. A petition against the operatives of patrol and guard of the Bida A Division of the Nigeria Police Force, Bida Area Commander's Office, alleging brutalization and assaults has been filed before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry sitting in Mina, Niger State. The petitioner, a young man, Haruna Aliyu Abubakar, says the assault maimed him. Mukhtar Abubakar Wowo reports that the young man is asking for medical trip abroad as part of his compensation.
Haruna Aliyu Abubakar alleged that he worked like every normal person before the incident of the 4th of August this year, when he was assaulted by some police personnel in Bida local government area of Niger State when he was relaxing with his fiancée, now his wife, at the social welfare garden in Bida.
They started hitting me, particularly on my head, my hand, to the point that this hand could not really hold anything again. So one of them still came from the back and then hit me on the knee. So when I tried to get up, the leg cannot carry me anymore. So I now inspect the knee and I found out that the kneecap had broken into two. I'm still battling with my knee, so I had requested that the commission take responsibility for my treatment, and I preferred a foreign medical treatment.
The commission's witness, who is a legal practitioner, told the commission that he secured the unconditional release of the complainant. Counsel to the Niger State Police Command, however, cross-examined the witness, suggesting to him that his name was never mentioned anywhere in the petition before the commission and the area commander's office, Bida. The witness, while interacting with the members of the panel, advocated the need for continuous training of the police personnel on how to handle suspects with dignity. In Mina, Mukhtar Abubakaru, NTA News.
40 countries have banned travel with Britain over new COVID-19 strain. U.S. Congress approves huge spending package and sends economic relief measure to Trump for enactment. Justin Bemunyi will bring us up to speed with global news update.
U.S. President-elect Joe Biden has received his first dose of vaccine for the novel coronavirus publicly. Reports indicate that the event was broadcast live as part of an effort to reassure the American public of the vaccine's safety. A nurse practitioner at Christian Care Hospital in Delaware administered the first dose of the vaccine produced by Pfizer and BioNTech to the U.S. President-elect Joe Biden. In the meantime, the U.S. Congress has passed a long-awaited $900 billion package of coronavirus pandemic aid. After months of political wrangling, senators approved the bill hours after it was passed by the House of Representatives. The aid includes direct payments for many Americans and support for businesses and unemployment programs. Meanwhile, a slew of countries closed their borders to Britain over fears of a highly infectious new coronavirus strain, heightening global panic, causing travel chaos, and raising the prospect of UK food shortages days before the Brexit cliff edge. India, Poland, Spain, Switzerland, Russia, and Jordan suspended travel for Britons after Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned that a mutated variant of the virus, up to 70% more transmissible, had been identified in the country. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and Oman closed their borders completely. And a look at the numbers now, and available reports have indicated the global confirmed cases of coronavirus now reach 78 million, as Nigeria Center for Disease Control records 78,790 confirmed cases in the country. In other news now, Kenya and Somalia have agreed to restore diplomatic relations following talks between leaders of the two neighboring countries in Djibouti, a Somali government official said. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Bemunyi.
Thank you, Justin. President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the mandate of the Presidential Task Force, PTF, on COVID-19 to the end of March 2021. The President disclosed this Tuesday in Abuja while receiving the end-of-year report of the task force. A statement from the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity says the extension was necessitated by the spike in virus in recent times, which is similar to that in other countries. The President said, and I quote, "Closely associated with the foregoing is the need to speedily and strategically access and administer the COVID-19 vaccine in a safe, effective, and timely manner. This is an important obligation that we owe Nigerians as we go into year 2021, and it must be carried out through an effective machinery," unquote. The President added that the nation is clearly in a perilous situation given the virulent nature of the second wave and therefore urged all sub-national entities, traditional rulers, religious and leaders of thought to collaborate with the PTF by taking up the responsibility for risk communication and community engagement at all levels. The president also urged Nigerians to remain vigilant and stay safe, especially during the festive period, adding that non-essential trips and large social gatherings should be avoided or shelved completely. And in line with the prescription of the PTF that all staff of grade levels 12 and below should work from home, the head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemioson, has directed that virtual meetings be encouraged in offices with a view to minimizing physical contact, and that security operatives manning the gates to offices should demand for the identity card of staff coming to the office to ensure that they are on grade level 13 and above before granting them access to the premises. The head of service also directed permanent secretaries and chief executive officers to sustain the provision and use of necessary amenities in compliance with the existing guidelines on prevention of the spread of the pandemic. Civil servants. Oh, I've read that one already. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has confirmed the appointment of Professor Samson Duna as the new Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute, NBRRI. Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu, presented the letter from President Muhammadu Buhari conveying the confirmation of Professor Samson Duna as the 5th Director General of the Research Institute. Before his appointment, he was the Director, Research and Acting Director General, CEO of Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute. And on the security scene, the Defense Headquarters has promised to investigate the allegation that troops of Operation Lafia Dole are involved in extortion at checkpoints on major roads in Borno State. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State had on Monday, 21st December, alleged that security personnel, including soldiers, were collecting money from travelers on major roads in the state to the detriment of their duties. The coordinator Defense Media Operations, Major General John Enenche, in a statement says the armed forces of Nigeria have internal mechanisms to check erring personnel and sanction them appropriately. Major General Enenche does not, or he notes that reported cases of extortion from the public had always been investigated and given the desired attention. He, however, faulted what he described as the open-air accusation to tag gallant Nigerian Army personnel as extortionists in checkpoints in Borno. And following the successes of Exercise Sahel Sanity in northwest region of the country, the Nigerian Army has extended the duration of the operation by 3 months. The exercise, which began in July, was built to terminate in December 2020, but will now end in March 2021. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuru Buratai, announced this while on operational visit to the Nigerian Army Special Super Camp in Faskari, Katsina State. Successes recorded, the Army Chief notes, are a demonstration of high-level collaboration between the Army, other services and security agencies in ongoing operations to further stabilize the zone.
The rescue of the 344 boys of students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, Katsina State. And of course, it shows the collaborative efforts of all the services and the security agencies in this fight against banditry and other criminalities in this part of the country.
To upscale the operation and prevent criminals from hibernating in the region, Lieutenant General Buratai says more personnel and equipment will be deployed to fortify the operation.
Those that want to keep this country in a state of perpetual insecurity, we will deal with them decisively.
He enjoins the public to cooperate with security agencies by providing timely and credible information to facilitate proactive operation. It's time to join Olumide Oguntola on Sports Update.
During an interactive session with journalists in Lagos, the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari, said adopting an holistic approach to the sector will bring the desired results in 2021 and beyond.
We've institutionalized this, and we're doing that for the youth program. In sports, if we get the sports industry policy in place and approved by government, that policy stays.
In table tennis, Team Delta clinched 6 gold medals to win the second edition of Value Jet Para Table Tennis Tournament held in Lagos. Tajuddin Agumbiade in Class 9 and Africa and Nigeria #1 Victor Fani Loye in Class 8 led others to defeat the opponents from Oyo, Ogun, Kwara State, among others.
We are looking to have a sanction by next year.
From Lokoja, Jacob Sani reports that after a series of elimination prior to the finals, Dudu male and female volleyball teams emerged winners of the 5th edition of the Pro Spiker Volleyball 3-on-3 tournament held in Lokoja, Kogi State.
As a grassroots volleyball developer, we want to bring all these youth, we want to take them out of the streets, bring them into sports, and make their life better.
In tennis, champions in the game across various age categories in various national, continental, and international tennis tournaments have received support from some lovers of the game. The technical director of Lagos Open, Wale Oladunjoye, said with more support for Nigerian players at a tender age, the country can rule the world.
We need to think ahead. We need to also be able to be proactive. We must have vision.
In another development, the Northern Youth Association has honored the president of Football Fans Club of Nigeria, Oluwakemi Ogunfua, with the Distinguished Nigerian Platinum Award for numerous contributions towards youth and sports development.
This award will really encourage us to keep going.
Oluwakemi Ogunfua won the African Women Cup of Nations CAF Fan of the Match Award in Ghana 2018. With Sports Update, Olumide Oguntola, NTA News.
And Sports Update concludes the news. Don't forget to connect with NTA and stand against rape and rapists.